What is going on, everyone? Hope everybody's doing okay. I'm still in Jacksonville, Florida. Driving nights, but awake during the day. Can't sleep. But anyways, today's video is about your bunk heater. Luckily, I don't need it in Florida right now. It's about 60 degrees. It feels good. I'm okay. But I wanted to let you guys know things that happened to me with my old bunk heater. Okay? So my old bunk heater stopped working in the middle of the winter when I was training. The problem with the bunk heater is you have to make sure you turn it off. Make sure you put the selector on the fan mode when you get up. Whenever you're gonna drive, shut it off. And here's why. When I was steaming, that selector for the bunk heater was always on. So whenever you're fueling or whenever you're at a ship or receiver and you're turning off and turning on the truck and turning off and turning on the truck, the bunk heater will try to turn on. You know, as soon as the ignition goes off, it sends a signal and it tries to turn the bunk heater on. So what was happening was I didn't let it run enough to burn the gunk in there, the fuel and things like that. So the bunk heater, when you shut the truck off, it has an igniter. Okay, what happens with the igniter is once you shut the truck off and it sends a signal, you know, to turn the bunk heater on, the igniter gets current, it gets hot, it gets electricity, and it gets air and a little bit of fuel. That's why the bunk heater has a small fuel pump. So what happens when I turn it on, I shut it off, right? I shut the truck off. The bunk heater turns on. By the time I get fuel or I go check in at the Walmart guard shack, it doesn't give it enough time for the igniter to get hot enough to burn that fuel. Okay, so what happens is it starts gunking up the igniter. It doesn't have sorry, there's a dog out there. It has a screen that also gets clogged up with all that unburned fuel, and you know, all that stuff. It builds up, it gels up in the combustion chamber on the screen, and what's gonna happen is gonna also build on the igniter, so it's not gonna let it ignite because you're not letting it run long enough to burn that fuel. So they always say try to run for like 20 minutes before you shut it off. So if you're teaming or even if you're solo, when you wake up and you're about to head out, put it in the fan mode. That way during the day, you're just relaxing, putting fuel, checking in, checking out, stopping here, stopping there. And the bunk heater is not trying to start and not being able to run long enough to burn that fuel or the additives, whatever's in the diesel. So when you wake up, shut it off. When you stop for the day that you're gonna lay down, turn it on for the rest of the night. That will help your system run cleaner because it's gonna burn everything as it runs. If you're solo, if you're teaming, then just shut it off until the truck's gonna be stopped at a dock or something for a long time. Because you know the truck is running, you can control the temperature while the truck's running, and it should be okay back there. They could use the heat from the truck to heat the back. You know, so, but the bunk heater, if you do this, it will last you longer. It will prevent you from not freezing in the middle of the winter, not idling in the middle of the winter. Although if it's under 10 degrees, I usually idle, just because I don't want to get yelled up. But yeah, shut the bunk heater off, leave it on fan mode when you wake up. When you take off, you know, You can stop, turn it on, turn it off, and you'll be fine. As long as you're able to do that, you should help the igniter stay clean. The ventilation screen could stay clean, not gunked up, because you need air for the fire to happen. And then the combustion chamber also won't gunk up and build crust, and everything will run smoother as long as you let it burn off. Okay, that's why sometimes you see the little exhaust in the back blowing a lot of smoke. That's just burning all that extra stuff that's in there. So, but anyways, be good, be safe, don't do anything I wouldn't do, and maintain your bunk heater the right way. Learn from me, learn from my mistake. All right, be safe, guys.